Hello there, creator, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Kate and I'm a productivity strategist, and this is one of my favorite things in all of productivity, honestly. This is the thing that's going to stop you feeling constantly overwhelmed, like you have to do everything. And you finally get to have all the amazing ideas that you have and not have to execute on everything at once without losing the ideas. I'm sorry, I have to get rid of this hanger. All right, this is the someday list. Now, what is a someday list? The things that go on my someday list are tasks that don't necessarily have a due date. They're just things I want to do. They're ideas I have that I'm like, ooh, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like fun. That sounds like it would be fruitful. But they don't necessarily have to happen like today, tomorrow, next week. This isn't about procrastinating. If anything, it's just allowing you to get the balance between having millions of ideas but not getting shiny object syndrome, because I get a ton of ideas, but if I executed on every single one of those ideas, I would literally get nothing done. I would get nowhere. And I wouldn't move any of the needles forward. I'm a manifesting generator in human design, so naturally, I just get lots of ideas. My mind is in a million different places at all times. And at any given time, I'm like, there's 5 things I would love to be doing right now. That's not helpful when it comes to productivity. And this is going to be the nice, cozy little home to put those tasks that you maybe shouldn't execute on right now, because if you executed on everything, nothing would get done. So first of all, where does my someday list live? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly where it lives. My someday list lives in Asana. I have multiple different categories within it, and I'll go into them in a second, but every single item on my someday list is in there. I have like descriptions of what I mean by things, and I make it actually useful for the version of me in the future that can't remember what the idea was about. I literally go in and I explain it whenever I add something to the someday list. Right, so I have projects, I have resources, education, investments, product ideas. Honestly, the product ideas that I come up with end up just going in projects, so whatever. Projects can be either like full-blown projects or just tasks. So for example, let's grab one of these random ones. Create a member database to track how long people stay for, if they got an order bump. Airtable would be good for this. So like at least I know what I mean by that. A 1-to-1 done with you systems creation, like 1 month intensive. This actually came up, look, oh my God, this came up twice. This is a message from the universe. And I have actually put this out, and this is actually up for grabs now. So it's $597 for a month. We do a bunch of calls. Message me for the details. I'm not going to do a whole thing right now. But basically, like, look how many ideas I have that, like, imagine if I put all of these in my to-do list for like next week. Like, it would be an absolute nightmare. I wouldn't get anywhere. Next, I have resources. Now, resources are the like planners, tools, spreadsheets, things that I either have access to because I got them as part of a bundle, or they're a freebie, or I actually paid for them. So you can see like all of the things in here. And again, like inside, I'll always add the link. So I don't just say communication policy template. I literally say access here, so that when I'm like, you know what, it's time for me to look at that communication policy template, I can go in and just like do the thing. And after resources, I have education. This similar idea to the resources, but it's like trainings, courses, memberships and stuff that I have either gotten access to or that I've purchased. A lot of them are things I've purchased, to be honest. And because sometimes you just get a good deal and you just don't have time to actually go through it yet. That's fine. So there's just a bunch of things. And again, like, I'll always just put the link in there, you know? If I see from the name, supercharge your inbox, and I'm like, you know what? I could use that right now. Then I just click in and I go into it and I'm like, it's time now. Or I'll move it to my master to-do list and add a due date and assign it to myself. Also, investments. It's like things I would like to invest in, but it's like not a now thing. I would love to do Ali Abdal's YouTube course. It's like part-time YouTuber academy. course or something. It's $995. And I was like, I had a look at the sales page for it the other day and I was like, oh my God, this looks so good. But I just made a big investment in the mastermind that I'm doing. So I'm like, you know what? It's not a now thing, but like I'm definitely saving this link because I would love to do that course. I don't just put things on my someday list and allow them to wilt and die. I actually have a monthly recurring Asana task in my master to-do list. Remove unwanted and unnecessary tasks from someday list, and the next one is 24th February. So when it comes time to review my someday list, I ask myself 2 questions, and this is super important. Question 1, is this a now thing? So I'll look at the task in there, task, project, resource, educate, training, whatever. I'll look at it and be like, is this a now thing? If the answer is yes, I'll assign it to myself on Asana and I'll add a due date within the next week or 2 weeks or however long, whenever I think I'd like to do it. If it's not a now thing, it just stays on the someday list. Then the other question I ask myself is this even worthy of being on the someday list? Sometimes ideas sound amazing at the time that you come up with them. But then when you look at it after the fact, you're like, this is crap. And you realize like, nah, that would actually be a waste of my time. And honestly, I'm not here for things wasting my time. So I really am ruthless with what I allow to stay there, which is funny because I know the someday list that you just saw maybe looks pretty big. Like there's a lot of things on there, but like that's with me being ruthless because I really want to do all of those things. It's just like, maybe I'm not going to do it like tomorrow. But that's pretty much it. That is the someday list. That's how I organize it. That's how I keep up with it. That's how often I review it. And that's how it lives. And it just makes things so much easier to manage. And when it comes to adding things to the someday list, it's either the ideas that come up in my head and I'm like, I want to do that. I don't want to forget it. It goes straight on the someday list. Or if something has been living on my master to-do list for quite a while and I'm like, this is not like necessarily that important or that urgent. Yes, it would be great if I could get this done, but it can probably go. Like for right now, it can go. Then it goes onto the someday list. And sometimes things bounce back and forth from someday list to master to-do list. And that's okay. But it's just knowing that you're not going to lose out on the ideas. You don't have to delete everything off your to-do list because I know that can be so difficult for us sometimes. But having the someday list creates a little bit of space between you and that task so that you get to remain like grounded in whatever the hell is actually important to you. Because sometimes tasks on your to-do list just feel important because they're on your to-do list. And they're not really that important or urgent or leveraged. So that's all I have to say about that. I hope this was helpful. In fact, no, I don't hope it was helpful. I know it was helpful because this has been so helpful to me and to those in my membership. So thank you for watching this video. You're welcome. You're an absolute legend. I will see you next Wednesday. And if you're not in Creator Productivity Lab already, which is literally only $7 a month, I actually can't. If you find value in my YouTube videos and you're not in CPL, literally why? There cannot be a good enough reason. Anyway, I'll leave the link below. You enjoy checking it out. Or if not, enjoy checking out all the free YouTube videos that I've put up. Doesn't bother me. I'll see you next Wednesday. Peace.